The woman was setting traps in the forest, unaware that her husband was planning to kill her with a wooden club. Tom walked silently, not making a single sound. He quickly approached, and when he was less than a meter away from Ellie, she still didn't realize the danger looming behind her. Suddenly, the roar of a wild beast echoed from deep within the forest. Startled, Ellie turned her head nervously to look around, unaware that Tom had already raised the club high behind her. He swung it toward the back of her head, and Ellie fell instantly to the ground. But instead of satisfaction, Tom's face showed panic. Trembling, he dropped the club and froze, not knowing what to do next. Seeing that Ellie wasn't moving for a long time, he cautiously stepped forward to check on her. But the next second, he accidentally triggered one of Ellie's traps and was hoisted high into the air, hanging from a tree and unable to escape. No one knows how much time passed before Ellie regained consciousness. She slowly sat up, rubbing the back of her neck while recalling what had just happened. When she looked up and saw her husband hanging above her, Ellie instantly understood everything. She couldn't believe that the man she'd been married to for 10 years had tried to harm her so brutally. Furious, Ellie picked up the wooden club from the ground, ready to teach that ungrateful man a lesson. But just as she was about to strike, she suddenly heard a rush of footsteps approaching from behind. This was supposed to be a deserted island, there shouldn't have been anyone else. At that moment, Ellie seemed to realize something. She turned to Tom with a strange smile, then dropped the club and ran off quickly. While Tom was still confused, a group of cannibalistic tribesmen burst out of the forest. Terrified, he struggled desperately, and just before they reached him, he swung his body upward to hide himself. By sheer luck, he narrowly avoided being discovered. After the cannibals left, Tom broke free from the trap and ran in the opposite direction. But he hadn't gone far before he encountered an even greater danger. His wife stood before him, dressed like a hunter, bow and arrow in hand, waiting for him all along. As Tom tried to explain, she suddenly raised her arm and released an arrow. The sharp arrow grazed his face and buried itself deep into a tree trunk. The sheer force of it made Tom's scalp tingle with fear.